Hello everybody, this is the Rabid Hedgehog, and this is going to be my ride and review of the 2016, so not the new Milwaukee 8 version, because it's also a Softail, but the 2016 Heritage Softail. This is not the first time I've been on a Softail, actually. I've actually ridden one before. And I wasn't impressed with it at that time. And I still have to kind of say, you know, just riding this one, and it feels exactly like the last one I rode. You know, it's not the best that Harley has to offer, in my opinion, in terms of the way it sets and everything. It's got kind of a little bit of a mini ape hanger going on. It's not too tall, but I don't like the slightly elevated wrist position that I have right now and arm position. What I do like is the little heel toe shifter it has. The floorboards aren't too bad. Transmission shifts nicely. I mean, I like all the Harley Davidsons and the way they shift. They do very good at that. Windshield is low, so I do get some buffeting off the top of my head. You can see by the flags up here how heavy wind we have today. So it very much well is pronounced and says hello very quickly. So when you're looking around the Heritage Softail, it's very standard Harley Davidson affair. You got your right, your left, you have your on-off, your hazard and your start button. You have your trip odometer / rider computer, if you want to call it that, over here, horn, and bright selection, and then also cruise control on the left side. As you can see down here, you do have the giant clock-faced speedometer with the single-digit ×10 thing, which I'm not also a fan of. I think that looks stupid. I don't know why. But other than that, that's pretty much all you get on the Heritage Softail. One thing I hate about it is the seat cuts back into you kind of weirdly. At least for my height, I can never find a spot on this bike where I feel comfortable. Like, there's always that piece of the passenger seat pushing in on a very bad spot on my back. And I have a bad back as it is. I was injured a few times, let's put it that way, and so I like a bike that has a nice scallop to it, but I don't like a bike that like pokes you. And this one definitely pokes you. Alrighty, so looking down here, you do have your regular odometer, trip odometers too, remaining fuel, and also clock. Of course, your gear indicator, RPM, and you got your gas gauge over here. Now, being that I rode the Milwaukee 8 the last time, this just reminds me of the old engines for sure. The twin cam definitely is more vibe heavy. Definitely more vibe heavy. Something that, you know, I remember very fondly after having that fat bob. But you know, it's not a bad engine. This bike, despite the fact that it's in the 800-pound range, does a very good job and actually gets going pretty decently for what it's worth. Engine braking's as you'd expect from the twin cam. It's adequate. And braking is actually pretty nice on it. It's got a very good bite on the front brake, as you can see there. Good brake on the back. Don't know who that was or what they were doing, but oh well. And of course down here you do have your turn signals, neutral light, oil, service engine light, as well on indication. You know, I don't think the suspension's quite as good here as it is on the new one, especially the Road King. The Road King seems like it has a better suspension altogether. I think we're going to do a bike change here for these two. Help me see how easy neutral is to get to. Let's see. There we go. Neutral's actually fairly easy. Oh, he's going to see if we can help out. How it works. Go over here. Alrighty.
There you go.
There you go. No, you don't. You know, if you don't want to, that one's probably too much. I'd say stick. Oh yeah, you do. Yeah. Alrighty. Make sure they're all right. Alrighty. But at any rate, I don't think the suspension's quite as good as the Road King. I think the Road King has a better presence on the road than the Heritage Softail. I also like the hard bags on the Road King over the soft bags on the Heritage Softail. But this one does have the sissy bar in the back for the passenger. Like I said, I just don't like the way that back seat comes back at you, and I'll take a picture of that. But the Heritage is not a bad bike overall. I mean, if you're going to take it out for some city cruising, but to me, I don't think it's one of those long-range bikes at all. I think you do need to step up to, you know, maybe the Road King, or if you want to stay within the Softail chassis, maybe the Fat Boy. Which I like the Fat Boy. It's got a more conventional style seat on it, where you don't have to worry about the thing poking back at you, which I just always found so weird on this one. But yeah, the brakes are really good on this, modulate really well. Transmission's, like I said, very smooth. So, I mean, overall, if you can deal with the thing poking you in the back, not a bad bike, but not my cup of tea. At any rate, this is the Rabid Hedgehog. If you have any questions about the 2016 Heritage Softail, let me know in the comments below, and I'll be happy to get back with you. And we'll catch you on the flip side.